19 games. That's the Cavaliers' current win streak here at John Paul Jones Arena. And if they get another W here tonight, that means they're heading to the biggest arena of all, Madison Square Garden. They'll face off with Maryland in the NIT semifinal, but they'll have to beat a tough Iowa team first. Coach O'Connor has put out multiple two-way players, Danny Holton, Sean Doolittle, and Shane Holley, just to name a few. He says it's extremely critical how you manage an athlete like that so that they're as effective as possible when they hit the field. With the debut of the new indoor facility, 5 new assistant coaches on the sidelines, and 3 quarterbacks vying for the #1 spot, the UVA football team hopes to bring a new energy to the 2013 football season. It was a first-year show here at John Paul Jones Arena. Justin Anderson had 18 points for the Hoos, while his teammate Taylor Barnett was a firecracker off the bench. He scored 13 points, and he only played for 13 minutes. Savannah County is on spring break, but that didn't stop them from representing the Jefferson District tonight. The Fluco girls lacrosse team is facing Liberty in a non-district rematch. The Flucos beat Liberty the first time, so let's see how they fare. The 5th-ranked Virginia baseball team is killing it this season. They're on a 7-game win streak and seemingly unstoppable at home with a 19-1 record at Davenport Field. Tonight, they kicked off their 3-game series with conference rival Miami. The Virginia men's basketball team will not be going to the NCAA tournament. The Cavaliers' bubble burst on Selection Sunday as the Hoos were one of the last teams cut from this year's brackets. The James Madison women's basketball team has been red hot all season, and tonight they took part in the WNIT quarterfinals. Their competition isn't just anybody, though. It's the Florida Gators, and the Gators have a record of 21-14 and come into the matchup riding a 4-game win streak, while JMU is 25-10. The Virginia men's lacrosse team fell to 5-5 as they dropped another close fight to a top 10 opponent. The Cavaliers lost 9-7 to second-ranked Maryland, but the guys say while they're not accustomed to losing, they're not throwing in their towel just yet. Close games.
It's rough, but we're going to stick together as a team.
Close shots.
Need to finish a little bit more, everyone, me, the offense, just everything.
Last-minute rallies.
This is what being part of a team is. It's not all roses.
The 17th-ranked Virginia men's lacrosse team is proving game in and game out that they can hang with the best, but has dropped 5 heartbreakers to top 10 opponents. In the final minutes of UVA's game against second-ranked Maryland, Virginia trailed by 4. When most teams would lose hope, the Cavaliers forced turnovers, picked up ground balls, and fought to the final whistle.
At the end of today's game, no one gave up. Maybe some other teams, might down by 4, 2 minutes left, kind of be like, we're losing, and we didn't, and we came back.
Everybody was getting after it in the last 10 minutes, and that's what you need.
A lot of the guys are crediting these tough breaks to not coming out as fired up as they finish.
We're starting out a little bit flat, but we just need to bring out that energy right from the gate.
Head coach Dom Starsha has 4 national championships under his belt at Virginia, and he's the first to point out the character of his team.
This has been as good a team as I've had on the practice field in many a year, and I really enjoyed every minute of being with this team, but this is what we show the public. It happens on game day. We're not getting the results that we would like to see.
Rather win than lose, but everyone's still together, and no one's really, no one's pointing fingers, and we all know that it's a group effort and it's not one particular thing.
As they gear up for North Carolina and Duke in the coming weeks, their only focus is to improve and push forward.
Our season's not over yet. We can still do some damage here, and if we can get a little bit better, we can make some good moments for ourselves.
Virginia baseball's Nick Howard doesn't only walk out to the mound on game days. You can also find him on third base.
I definitely have a lot of confidence going out there knowing that they have confidence in me.
10 years that our coaching staff has been here, we've shown that a two-way player can be very, very valuable in this program, and Nick's certainly continued to carry that ball for us.
In the Cavaliers' 3-game series against NC State, Howard worked 18 innings at third base and still had the energy to throw 90-mile-per-hour balls during the 5 innings he pitched for the team in Game 3. It's no secret he's an asset.
It takes a special person, a special player to do that, just to be in it mentally.
One of our really key players in this season, just because of the workload that's on him.
Howard admits playing two positions can take its toll on the body.
All the running around, eventually your legs just start getting fatigued, but that's something that you have to battle with and just grind through.
Coach O'Connor has put out multiple two-way players, Danny Holtzen, Sean Doolittle, and Shane Holley, just to name a few. He says it's extremely critical how you manage an athlete like that so that they're as effective as possible when they hit the field.
There's a lot of days that we don't have Nick Howard throw with the position players just on a practice day. It might be a day off for him from a throwing standpoint.
Nick so far has been embracing it, and he's been big for us both ways.
I mean, it's hard not. You can't take a pitch off. It keeps you in the game, and it's a lot. I think it's a lot of fun to be in on every pitch.
At Davenport Field, I'm Mary Dunleavy, NBC 29 Sports. Imagine having one shot to impress 21 NFL teams. That was Leroy Reynolds' situation today, and let's just say he made it count.
The last couple of days, I've been just tossing and turning, but once you finally get in the moment, you just take all your energy and use it to the best of your ability. And I think I did that today. Just taking everything that's just built up from the end of the season to now, and just really got out here and did the best I could.
He's always a quiet, the calm before the storm. So just to see him, perform like he did today, and the blow people's mind. I wasn't shocked, but I'm happy, that he wowed a lot of people.
He did a nice job in the weight room. The drills out here that they timed, he did well, and he caught the ball well out here. A couple of these guys, I think they made more of a dent in what teams might be thinking about them.
In Charlottesville, I'm Mary Dunleavy, NBC 29 Sports. Savannah County is on spring break, but that didn't stop them from representing the Jefferson District tonight. The Fluco girls lacrosse team is facing Liberty in a non-district rematch. The Flucos beat Liberty the first time, so let's see how they fare in the rematch. Nikki Duama and the Flucos getting ready for another win. Hopefully, Flavanna's Megan Graham works her defender on the crease. She'll find the net, but the Flucos trailed by 5 at the break. Their defense didn't give up, though. Here's Olivia Moody. Check it out. Big stop between the pipes, but Liberty kept firing away. Here's Liberty's Kiana Gibson with the feed over the goal to Libby Savio. The Flucos couldn't keep their win streak against Liberty going. They fell 15-5 to the Division I Lax World. NCAA rules say to qualify for the tournament, the Virginia men's lacrosse team needs a record of 500 or above. Right now, the guys are at 5-5, and to get in, it's a bit of a double-edged sword. The Cavaliers still have to battle it out with 3 teams in the regular season: North Carolina, Duke, and Bellarmine. And one can presume they'll take out Bellarmine, but UVA hasn't beat Duke since 2010 and the ACCs. And their last regular season win against the Blue Devils was all the way back in 2004. Meanwhile, their chances against North Carolina seem more promising. The Hoos won 13 of their last 15 contests with the Tar Heels, but here's the catch. If they win 2 of their next 3, they will be eligible for NCAA play. But if they win 1 of their next 3, they'd have to win the ACC tournament to get to 500, which will be hard. Carolina and Duke will definitely be hard to beat, but the Cavs are ready to go to work.
There's been a sense of urgency since the first loss, We're not used to this, but we just got to keep working hard and get better at every aspect of the game.
Everyone just wants to make the tournament because, you want to play for a national championship. So, we haven't really discussed what we need yet, but, it's probably in the back of everyone's mind that we need to get some wins if we want to make it.
The rankings are in. The Virginia baseball team has been ranked number 4 by the Collegiate Baseball Poll. The Cavaliers just swept ACC rival Miami this past weekend, and tomorrow they hit the road to face Liberty for the 2nd time this season. The non-conference tilt is set to kick off at 6 p.m. It also marks the start of the Hoos away game stretch. Virginia will play 11 of their 19 games on the road in April. The last time Liberty and the Cavaliers squared off, Virginia beat them 7-2, but this time they won't be at home.
We have the same approach every day, whether we're home or away. But we're looking forward to Liberty Tuesday and then VMI Wednesday.
They've had the game sold out for weeks. They just built a brand new stadium down there, so it'll be a great environment for us to play in.
Liberty gave it to us pretty good last year, and we still know that, and we have another game with them, so we're going to try and win that series with them and, get a good thing going before Wake Forest.
Former Virginia baseball stud Ryan Zimmerman got to experience postseason play for the first time in his 7-year career as the Nationals made a surprising run to the playoffs. Today was opening day for the former Cavalier as the Nats took on the Marlins. Bryce Harper started the game off by accepting his Rookie of the Year award, and he'd show us why on his first at bat. The bottom of the first, boom, cranks it to right field for the solo home run. Nats are up by 1. Bottom of the fourth, still 1-0. And Harper will strike again, pounds out another solo home run, and those would be the only runs of the game. In 2 hours and 10 minutes, Harper led the Nats as they beat the Marlins 2-0.